I greet you in the wonderful name of Jesus. Today I want to talk about Jesus' financial stewardship lesson. I know you might think that Jesus never spoke about financial stewardship. Today I'm about to debunk that in your mind because you've been taught wrong. So just brace yourself and hear what I have to say. So, the story I'm going to be speaking about comes from Jesus' parable, where the ruler or the master gave 5 talents to one of his servants, 2 talents to another, and 1 talent to the third servant. So, in the story, the manager, I'll call him that, went, or the business owner went, and as he went, he left these 3 different individuals with a certain amount of money. Now, when I used to hear the word talents when I was younger, I've been listening to the story for years. I always thought it was speaking about your abilities, but a talent is actually a form of currency that will be like a dollar or the rand or the yuan or whatever currency that you are using in your country. So when you convert the talents into your currency, you will see how much of money each individual was given and what each person did with that money. And Jesus gives us a particular lesson here so that we can learn. So make sure you are listening. And the nice part here is that you can always go back if you miss something and listen to it again. That is the beauty of listening to recorded messages. You can always go back and listen to it over and over until you understand and grasp what I'm speaking about. So we see that the one servant came back to his master and he said, Master, you gave me 5 talents. Remember, talents is not your personal abilities that you have been given by God. Uh, the the talents here is speaking about the financial currency of the day. Now, when you count 10 talents, you will end up with approximately 244 million rand. That's how I converted it. So it's a particular amount of money that this one individual was able to multiply so that he can make his uh, boss, his master, happy. So we don't have masters anymore. We call them our bosses, uh, but in Jesus' day it was master and servants. It's more or less the same thing. The servants were hired individuals. They used to get paid for the work that they did. They weren't like slaves. So a servant was given financial responsibility over so much of money, millions. So when I calculated 1 talent, it is actually 24 million rand. If you multiply that by 5, you will get a specific amount of millions of rands. So don't take this here lightly. Jesus was speaking about a lot of money in his day. And it's a good lesson for us to learn here. I know some people are going to say, hey, Jesus wasn't really speaking about money. This is a financial stewardship lesson. And I'm just using examples that a business owner wins because we'll understand it. And I'm a person that speaks to business owners. I'm trying to target those people. So a business owner went, he left his money with his three business managers. The first one came back, he doubled the five talents that he had, he doubled the money that he was given, and he ended up with 244 million rand. The second one was given two. You may have rubbed shoulders with the first one and try to find out what this guy did in order to actually double the money that their master had given to them. So he probably learned, and he probably took the lessons and he applied them to his part of the business owner's business, and he was able to also double the two talents that he was given, the money that he was given, until he ended up with 84 million rand. So obviously this man would have wanted to give them a good incentive, because he said, "Well done, good and faithful servant. Enter into the joy of your master." So his master was experiencing exponential growth in his wealth. His money had increased. He definitely would have given him a good incentive. So this one manager came back to the business owner and he said he buried the money. How do you bury somebody's money when other people are actually growing? And he said he buried it because he was afraid that this business owner was the type of person who reaped we did not sow. He had a wrong idea, because the money that he was given was a lot of money, 24 million rand. Think about it, that's a lot of money. If somebody gives you 24 million rand to look after, and you take it and you bury it like it was stolen from a cash in transit, or was stolen from somebody else, you're doing wrong, because you've got a lot of money to actually increase that person's wealth. 24 million rand investment into a business is a good investment. You will be able to do so much with that money if you have the right leadership skills. You see, leadership, financial management is important. Success, by Miles Monroe, he says that success is just good management. So if you know how to manage properly, you will become successful. So this guy wasn't a good manager. He was afraid, and he had a wrong idea of that individual. You see, these two other guys knew that their manager or their business owner was a man who reaped where he had sown. He wanted to see results, because he had already sown so much money into them that he expected a good return from them. This is a good leadership lesson. You as a leader have to be able to do this in the company. So I just want to encourage you, you as a business manager. I've been taught how to manage a business. I did share that I was part of a program where we were mentored. We were given trainings. We used to attend trainings, workshops, and then afterwards we were sent out to go and actually implement what we were trained to do. So part of the training was also financial management for non-financial managers. That is part of your ability as a business manager. You need to be able to do that. And I want to introduce you to my leadership program. It's called the Continuous Improvement Training Program, where you learn how to lead in such a way that you are no longer needed. This guy that went away from his business may have built his wealth from the ground, and he saw now that he had taught these people all that he knew to a point where he was no longer needed. He went away, and he expected them to actually produce some kind of results, because he had taught them what he had known. And now that he had taught them what he had known, he was able to leave them on their own and come back. And the first two actually did what was expected of them. But the one just didn't understand the heart of the leader, and he didn't have good business management skills. I'd say that he didn't have good leadership skills because he didn't do the right thing. So I'm availing myself today to you that you can call or WhatsApp me on South African dialing code +27 or 083 498 8929, so that we can talk about how I can serve you with my leadership program called the Continuous Improvement Training Program.